everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Path to Petalburg. This is going to be a fun match because a lot of RNG went both ways, but I was still very well ahead in the match the entire time, and the RNG only made it a little closer than it ought to have been. Overall, it's a fun match against my opponent Omega, using a Gyarados, a Sceptile, a Clefable, and a Rotom Heat form against my Talonflame, my Politoed, my Armaldo, and Hydreigon. Without further ado, let's get right into it. They're going to lead with their Sceptile and their Clefable against my Armaldo and Politoed. So, not a bad matchup for me overall. The Sceptile does give my Politoed some grief, but I am EV'd to survive most grass attacks, unless they're absolutely invested like, say, modest Mega Venusaur. They're going to Mega Evolve this first turn, and I anticipated the follow me coming out from Clefable, so what I did was I Rock Slided to hit both of them, although Sceptile does avoid this first turn. A little unfortunate, but I have Talonflame back to deal with it if necessary. And it's going to Giga Drain my Politoed. Thankfully it does survive. And procs the Citrus Berry, bringing me back up to 57 health. And I use this first turn to bring down the speed of both Pokemon. And because Sceptile is Grass and Dragon, it is 4 times weak to Ice-type moves, which is nice. And because my Armaldo is running the ability Swift Swim, I know that it can outspeed the Sceptile with -1 speed. So I'm going to bring in Talonflame here to take a Giga Drain if necessary, but it's just going to detect this turn omitting any damage from my Pokemon. So Rock Slide only hits Clefable, bringing it down to about 40% hit points. Dazzling Gleam does come out instead of Moonblast, and it does a sizable amount of damage on my Armaldo, but not too much to worry about. So this turn, I want to get rid of this Clefable with my Brave Bird if possible, because I don't want my Armaldo to be hitting for sprint damage. So Brave Bird does take down Clefable. And then the Armaldo does go first because of that Swift Swim boost, and Rock Slide is going to KO this Sceptile. So I'm up 2-4, and I'm feeling pretty good about this battle so far. They're going to bring out their Gyarados and their Rotom. So the Intimidate comes onto my 2 physical attackers, and that's not the best for me, but it is something that I can deal with. So I'm going to protect this turn with Talonflame to survive any damage that comes onto it. And Rock Slide here, unfortunately, does miss Gyarados, but it does a lot of damage to that Rotom. So I know now that it's not very especially defensively invested because of my Intimidate reduction. So the Volt Switch does take that, the Protect takes the Volt Switch well, and Waterfall is going to do super effective damage onto my Armaldo and knock it out. And this turn gives me the information that the Gyarados is Life Orb, which is very nice to know. So I'm going to bring my Talonflame back and bring it out next turn. I'm going to sack this Politoed. And Draco Meteor misses the Rotom. At this point in the battle, I'm just cursing RNG, but it's Pokemon, it happens, it's part of the game. And Politoed does go down, and Ice Fang comes out from the Gyarados. Does about 70% damage, but it leaves me with a full 50 hit points left. And the rain does stop. So I bring back in my Talonflame without any reduction to its attack, and this turn I'm going to protect with my Talonflame, and also protect with my Hydreigon to scout out any protects that it does use on his side, which it does with Rotom, and to avoid all possible damage. And then this turn, I Brave Bird the Gyarados, looking to get rid of it this turn. The Skyplate has a good chance of knocking it out with full investment in attack points, but the RNG is not on my side this turn. It survives with a sliver of hit points, but thankfully Draco Meteor does connect with the Rotom, and with the Life Orb damage and the fact that it wasn't able to take a Rock Slide very well, lets me believe that it was not also specially invested, so Rotom goes down this turn, and Gyarados' Ice Fang is going to get rid of this Hydreigon too. Critical hit doesn't really matter there, but because of Life Orb damage, the Gyarados does faint due to loss of hit points, leaving me with the 1-0 win. Overall, this match was fun because it showed that even though you can be ahead in the match, RNG can play against you. You can mitigate the chances that it has to detriment your strategy. So, I hope this battle was informative, and I hope it was fun to watch. If you like this content, please like the videos, subscribe to our channel, and check out our Facebook page, link in the description below. It's been fun. I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.